Our mission is this: to travel to 3 of Tennessee's major metropolitan cities in pursuit of the best eats, memorable moments, and of course, fishy urban waters. So wieners, sit back and join us on this urban jaunt as we set out to cast concrete.
Welcome to Casting Concrete, baby. You know, when I think of fishing and I'm at the boat ramp, I'm usually looking out at the beautiful water, pine trees, maybe a couple of big oaks, some docks, some nice properties. But this morning at the ramp, I have this view, the view of Memphis, Tennessee, our second stop at Casting Concrete. We traveled 3 hours southwest to what is essentially the corridors of Tennessee, Arkansas, and Mississippi. So today we're going to take the Lund Explorer, drop it in the Mississippi, and see if we can get part 2 of Casting Concrete started off on a bang. The boat ramp is just down there, very steep. We're gonna back her up and hopefully have ourselves an epic day of urban fishing. That was top 3 steepest, sketchiest, worst ramps I've ever put in. Super slippery. It doesn't look like it, but there's like water all up and down that ramp, and it's quite the incline. But take a look at this. We're out here on the water. This has got to be one of the most urban fishing spots I've ever been. I mean, right here, you've got the front view skyline of beautiful Memphis. You've got barges, cranes, and of course, the most notable structural feature in this whole city, that being a literal pyramid, the 8th wonder of the world, they say. Bass Pro Shops actually bought that pyramid not too long ago, and they've turned it into, well, you guessed it, a giant tackle store. Probably one of the biggest tackle stores in the world. I don't know if that's factually correct, but we're just gonna make it factually correct right now. We got riprap. We got a little bit of water movement, some wind in the morning, so I'm gonna start off with a moving bait, that being a crankle bait. I don't need no cure from you. There we go. Fish on. Fish on. No, it just came off. Damn it. Golly. Just had one. I need to set the hook a little harder. Dang, that was a nice fish, whatever it was. Whatever that was, it was a nice one. Oh, there you go. My first catch of the day. Looks like a nice catfish rig. People do fish the river. There's proof. An ancient Egyptian hook located right below the pyramid. It just all makes sense. We're gonna keep that in the boat and throw her away properly. There we go. Oh my God. Come on again, come on again, come on again. What do we have, first fish? No, he came off. Son of a wiener. It wasn't very big. We got 2 bites back to back right there. Maybe there's another one. That was, I think, a little bass. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that was a little bass. That's like my 3rd bite of the day that I've just missed. It's crazy to think bass live in here, dude. I just wish you guys could just smell this water. It is so bad. It's the kind of water where, like, when you're done fishing, you want to race to the bathroom to just load up with soap. Like, I'm not gonna touch my eyes, my nose, and my mouth today, just because I'm getting this water all over my hands. Oh, it smells so bad, dude. Oh, I have a fish. No way, dude. I got absolutely doinked. Came up over a freaking stump and I got lit up. No way, no way, no way, no way. Shoot. That felt like a good fish, whatever it was. Thing is when you're throwing lures in rivers like this, it could be freaking catfish eating it, could be bass. Oh, that was a good bite. I'm like, why is my line moving so weird? I don't know how I didn't hook that fish. There's another one. No way! I can't let him eat it any longer. Like, what the hell? What do we have here? Ooh, free crankbait. Let's go, baby. I want that. What is that? Look at that. My first official catch of the day. Someone else's lure. Very similar to what I'm throwing. Still looking for that fish. I've had a couple opportunities. I just can't seal the deal. Obviously, it's tough fishing in such a heavily pressured urban spot, but we're gonna make it happen. There's one. Fish on. Fish on. It's something big. It's something big, big. Oh my gosh, it's a giant gar. It's a giant gar. Oh my goodness. It is a giant gar. Ate the crankbait. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, he came undone. Dang it, dude. That would have been sick. It was like a 4-foot gar that just crushed the crankbait. Do I even have hooks on this thing? Like, what is going on today? Mega struggle. There we go, another fish. This feels bassy. This feels bassy. Come on, please let this be our first good fish. What do I have? Oh no, not a bass, nor a gar, but yet another drum. Oh my goodness. Beggars can't be choosers in times like this. And I'm definitely a beggar. This might be what has been kind of hitting me all day, like gar and drum. And ultimately these fish are really hard to hook in the mouth sometimes, just because they got tinier mouths and largemouth. Although he's got it freaking slam shut in his jaw. There we go. Our first fish here in Memphis. Another drum. Just a stunning specimen. Caught him right in front of the pyramid though. That's kind of unique. I said one of my goals for today was just to catch a fish right in front of the pyramid, and we did so. All right, let's send this little stinky silver bullet back. It almost seems silly to do this, but I am gonna wash my hands off in the water. Oh yeah, that's ridiculous. Just washing my grimy hands off in more grime. Ugh, hey, it's a start. There we go, another fish. What do we have here? Oh, 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 oh. Could it be? Could it be? It's small, whatever it is. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe, I got water in my mouth. I cannot believe it, but we actually successfully caught a freaking largemouth out of this dingy river system. Fish number 2 though, as long as they're biting. It seems like they're really hugging close and tight to this riprap bank. There's not like a ton of it in this section of we're fishing, but every time we pull up onto some, we get tickled by either a gar, potentially bass, or one of those majestic drum. My first Memphis bass though. I will absolutely take it. Bye-bye, my fellow green guy. I wish you luck down there. He's got to survive and live with a bunch of giant catfish and carp and, oh, there he goes. And all kinds of big, mean, terrible fish species. Let's get another. Here we go, fish on. Fish on. Oh wow, yet another species. Oh dude, is this I think it's is that a green sunfish or a warmouth? I'm not really sure, it might be a warmouth. That is a cool little fish. Caught him right at the mouth of where I got 2 bites earlier and missed him. This is looking a little worse for wear and tear, but really pretty fish. You guys will have to let me know in the comments if that's either a green sunny or warmouth. I believe it's a warmouth. I've not caught one of these guys in a while. Really cool. 3 fish, all 3 different species. There is a lot of diversity in these waterways. You just gotta fish around. All right, let's send them back. Thanks, little dude. Yoink. Bye-bye. Skipjack head. You know what that means. It's kitty time. First rod going in. Feels weird to pick up something that's this heavy. It's a little shallow over here, but I like how there's cool water running into this system. Maybe that will entice some fish. If this doesn't work, we of course have the main river of the Mississippi to go check out. But we're gonna give this a go first. I'm gonna throw a bigger chunk on here. I'm gonna throw a big old meat wad. Ooh, that's a big meat wad right there. Rod number 2 going in. And just kidding. Put some bait on there now. There must be a trick that I don't know. There we go. And now, we wait. No dice. Still have all of our baits, which is usually not a good sign. Means I didn't get any bites. Well, we're not gonna give up on the key cats. Thankfully, where we're staying is just a stone's throw away from the Mississippi. But I think it's time to change things up. Let's let the midday cool off a little bit and go explore that giant pyramid. Every time I travel to a new city, I ask you guys watching currently right now, where should I eat? What should I eat? And how much should I eat? And an overwhelming amount of you guys said if you're going to Memphis, you have to eat barbecue. And I've never had Memphis style barbecue, so I'm excited for this next experience. A lot of folks suggested this place right here, which is the Commissary. And it just so happened to be right next door to where we were fishing. So we departed from the city limits. We've gone to the edge of what is Germantown, Tennessee. And now we're gonna grub on some smoked meats. Can we just do the, I guess just the shoulder,
Okay.
some brisket, and then y'all have ribs, right?
Yeah.
Do ribs as well. I think it's enough for 2 people.
Yeah.
Okay,
definitely.
perfect.
How do you want your pork? Do you want it pulled or chopped?
Ooh, 2 chopped.
Chopped.
Yeah. Barbecue and bass, my 2 loves. Outside of my family, of course. But anyway, here's the spread. I got a little bit of everything. Chopped, Memphis style pork shoulder. Looks insane. It's got a little sauce already drizzled on there. Perfect, exactly what I was gonna do anyway. They read my mind. And over here we've got sliced brisket, which is kind of a Texas thing, but I'm curious to see how Memphis brisket compares to Texas style, because that's where I'm from. And then I think it would be a sin not to order ribs in this state. So of course we got what looks to be about a half rack of ribs, sides, standard, mac, and French fries. Let's give it a taste test. I'm gonna go in for the shoulder first. I'll tell you one thing. It's so different than like the pulled pork you get in Texas, but in a very good way. It's kind of got like a little bit of a slight like mustardy taste, which I'm fond of. I think it's really good. I get kind of sick of like too sweet barbecues sometimes. This is really, really good. Homemade sauce, obviously homemade smoked meat. That's nuts. All right. Now for my opinion on the sliced brisket. It does taste different. I don't know how to describe it. It's less peppery and like, I don't know. It's a little less peppery than like Texas brisket, but it's really good. Falls right off. I'm literally in heaven. Literally in heaven. This place is legit. Shout out to Commissary too for letting us film a little bit behind the scenes too. They smoke the meat fresh every single day. We got here a little bit late, so it's not like it's fresh off or whatever, but it's really, really good.
Everything good?
Yes, thank you so much. I love it. This is the fuel that we need to get back on the water and hopefully go crank some more fish before the sun sets. This is actually absurd. When we fished this morning, obviously we could see the pyramid from a distance, but now that we are up close and personal, puts it into a completely different perspective as to how large this Bass Pro Shops actually is. And matter of fact, it's the 10th largest pyramid in the world. And we're talking about this in comparison to the actual pyramids that are located in Northern Africa. This is insane. I'm excited to actually come in here and check out what we learned just recently, literally the largest fishing tackle store in the world. I feel like I'm in heaven. Let's go check it out. Well, this is one of the fish that we were trying to catch earlier. It's about as close I'm probably gonna get to one today. But we're not giving up on the fishing. I just want to take a moment to show you guys this immense store. The other cool thing that we're gonna do later on today is we're actually gonna stay in the pyramid. The pyramid is not only a place where you can buy fishing tackle, but you can eat here. You can of course shop here. But you can also stay here for a couple of nights. Let's see what this place has in store. This is massive. I don't think my head is fully wrapped around this yet. That is a sturgeon swimming with, I think, a giant striped bass. I also failed to mention that there's a swamp in this literal store. So you can come here and take your kid, essentially, to see an aquarium for free. Caleb, what's that? Is that a sturgeon too? That is literally the biggest sturgeon I've ever seen in captivity. Look at the striped bass. Oh my God, I am like a kid. I don't even need to go look at the fishing tackle. I could sit here and watch these fish swim around all day. Look at the size of that sturgeon. What's that above it, a striped bass? Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. So you've got two sturgeon right there. I think these are different. That might be a white sturgeon and then possibly a lake sturgeon. And that big one right there, I'm 90% sure is a white sturgeon. And the bigger fish up above it is a striped bass, which is one of my favorite fish on earth. I had no idea there was a swamp in here. This is news to me. Look at that striped bass. Could you imagine floating down a creek in your kayak and you see that brute coming right at you? Like, just start shaking. I would love to know the story as to how they somehow transported a fish that is as tall as me from a river into an indoor swamp. I'm sure that required a lot of wrestling. All right, let's keep going and see what else this place has. Oh my gosh, another prehistoric giant. The sturgeon that we showed you earlier, they've been around for millions of years, but as has this fish right here. This is an alligator gar. Probably one of my other favorite fish, not necessarily to catch, but just in general. They are unlike any other fish that are out there in the world. Their scales are made of complete armor. They've got giant jaws full of teeth, but yet they're overall pretty docile creatures. They're built for survival, and we've actually caught a couple of their smaller cousins this trip. Although I think our chances of catching one of these this trip are pretty slim, it's still nice just to be up close and personal. Wow. That is a monster. I'm sorry, I know I'm geeking at the fish tank, but this is a fishing channel, right? So I'm gonna show you guys some big fish, even if I can't catch any. This right here is an alive blue catfish. So in a sense, this place features three of some of the biggest freshwater fish located in North America. The white sturgeon, the alligator gar, and the blue catfish. Massive, dude. Absolutely massive. I could watch these fish swim all day. It is truly so peaceful. Wow, there's more over there. Holy smokes. Those things are so big. I think we'd be screwed if we hooked one of those. Right under that blue catfish is a flathead catfish too, another fish that we are gonna attempt to catch this trip. It's quite a sizable one, maybe 30, 40 pounds. Big, big, big fish. Holy smokes. Oh, you're about to get photobombed right now by this buff. They're such dorky looking fish, but I love them. There's actually a couple goops in this tank. Grant's favorite. He loves catching the goops. He'd be violently shaking out of excitement if he saw how many goops were in this tank. He'd be like, oh, oh. Big sturgeon again. There, look at this one. Grant, this one's got your name written all over it. Big sturgeon. Some largemouth bass. I haven't seen a big large. Oh, there's a muskie back there. That might be the first time I've ever seen a muskie in a BPS tank. That's actually kind of nuts. Big barred up muskie. See if there's any other hidden Easter eggs in this tank. This is fun. As if a pond wasn't enough, they've got a giant tank in here as well. Well, they've also got what's in here. There's a bowfin in here apparently. Smallmouth. I haven't seen the crappie smallmouth or the bowfin yet. That right there is a bowfin. Another fish you probably will never see in a fish tank. It's kind of cool that they included some other fish other than bass, crappie, and bass. Looks like there's a walleye back there. Some hybrids. Hybrid striped bass. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, it's kind of scary. Hello? Hello? It's a little dungeon. That's where you go if you try to steal and if you try to jump into the Bass Pro Shops tank, they put you in the dungeon. That's probably where I'm gonna go, just for no reason. I got frozen shad here. We're definitely gonna grab some of that later if we do plan on doing some more catfishing, which I believe we are gonna do. But for now, I've somehow, strangely, found myself over in the fishing section of the fishing store, and I'm loaded up on some gear. Just some stuff that I think we'll need for the remainder of the trip, because we still have about a half day in Memphis to fish and 2 days in our next city, which I'll keep a secret. A lot of you guys are probably guessing one city, but it's not gonna be that one. It's gonna be the other one, but I'm not gonna spoil anything. Anyway, I'm gonna grab some gear here. This place obviously has everything, I would say, I would argue. Gonna grab some catfish stuff, some striped bass stuff, stuff for pond hopping. Overall, just stuff that I probably don't need, but I want. So, you know how it is. You come in here not expecting to spend money and you end up spending money. How cool. They've got a little chalkboard here that gives you the crappie bite for a couple of different reservoirs. Sardis, I don't know how to pronounce that. Enid or Nid, and Granada. And it tells you the conditions, what the hatch is, or like what they're eating, and then recommended lure or fly. It's a cool concept. I think all fishing tackle stores need to have that. And it was updated literally, what was that? Maybe 10 days ago, roughly? If I can do my math correctly. I don't know, however long August 19th was. About 15 days ago. Thanks, Caleb. I'm glad you passed college and I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, boat dropped out.
Still missed him.
Still missed him. I wish Bass Pro Shops would give me permission to just take one cast. No hooks, but just one cast. I just need to see a fish chase my bait today. Other than a goop and a warmouth. Ooh, missed it again. Oh, bird's nest. The European mind simply cannot comprehend. And honestly, my mind can't either. This is really cool. I've driven past the pyramid so many times, but I've never actually stopped and taken the time to see what's inside. And it definitely doesn't disappoint. Freaking nuts, man. Mind blown. All right, I'll meet you guys out in the water. And we are back. Let's get a kitty. Okay, ain't no way. Or are those just giant raindrops? Giant raindrops. I feel like I'm literally Jeremy Wade right now. I'm Jeremy Wade, and I'm not catching anything. Just one big pile of clouds somehow comes right on top of me as we're waiting on a catfish to bite. I'm starting to think there's actually no catfish in this river, but we're gonna see it through. While we're waiting though, a little fun, interesting fact for you guys. The name Memphis comes from an ancient town in Egypt, which is no longer around. It's kind of near where Cairo is. And Memphis literally means, I think, like city built on the river, which this Memphis is. And the other crazy thing is too, is the Memphis in Egypt had a pyramid, and so does the Memphis in Tennessee. Mind blown. Anyway, I can't show you fish, so I just figured I'd share that little interesting tabloid with you as we're getting lightly dampened, as if I'm not already soaked in my own sweat. But this is fishing. Does Egypt have catfish? I know they've got tilapia. I know they've got some crazy giant carp-like fish, but they've got Nile perch. Wish I was fishing for Nile perch right now. That'd be way more worth the squeeze than a whiskered little fellow. Just our luck. We say the words, "let's go fishing," and Mother Nature decides to pop up out of nowhere and storm on us. I kid you not. This storm came out of nowhere. It's a tiny little cell that is hovering right over the grand old city of Memphis. We catfished for about 3 hours, not a single bite. Catfishing is hard. I don't know if I suck at catfishing or catfishing is hard, but it's hard right now. So just to play things safe and just so we don't get shocked to bits and pieces and become catfish bait, we're gonna get out of here because I'm hearing thunder and I'm seeing lightning, and there's no use risking our lives for a bite that doesn't exist. So we'll meet you guys back at the pyramid, and at that point we'll show you guys our living quarters where we're gonna be staying for the night. We're in. Wow, this is crazy. Let me turn some lights on. This is definitely the first hotel room that I've stayed at that has a Bambi. It's actually a pretty big Bambi. Take a look at this though. What the heck, bro? What? So this room that we rented at Big Cypress Lodge, which is a part of the pyramid, comes with a bit of a view. Take a gander at this. That down there is Bass Pro Shops. That's where we just were. All the fish tanks and the little ponds and the tackle are all right down there. This place is... There's no screen on this one, yeah. Some of the other ones have screens on them, but this one is wide open. So in theory, here's what I'm thinking, Caleb. Once the store closes down, I could jump to that tree like right there. I'll scale it down and we could just go crazy.
Yeah, you throw the stuff up to me.
Yeah.
And I'll load it.
All jokes aside, obviously, but it is pretty weird to essentially stay and live in a Bass Pro Shops. I mean, is this even a Bass Pro Shops anymore? There's literal trees. So a little context as to why this looks the way it does, how you've got everything kind of wide open in the middle and all the rooms on the side is because this used to be a stadium for sporting events. Mike Tyson boxed here, Bruce Springsteen played here. This was relatively retrofitted, I think, to be a store, a fishing storefront, right around in like 2011 is when they started, and I think it ended in 2015. So it's pretty cool how they took a stadium and made it into, well, what you see down there. It's absolutely nuts. Wow. Oh yeah, there's some snacks here. These are the ones where you can touch and they're not gonna charge you like 50 bucks. These are apparently free. Popcorn, spicy chips, gummy worms. I got dibs on the gummy worms. Really big room, this is massive.
We got robes.
Oh, we got robes? Damn, so we can be zesty in here? What the heck? This is a fireplace? Fake fireplace. Comes with a fake fireplace, of course a TV.
Complimentary waters.
Complimentary waters,
Bass
cheers.
Do you think it's from the swamp?
I think it's from the Mississippi. Let's check out the El Baño. Wow. Monster walk-in shower. Big tub, looks like there's some jets in this tub too. So you get some propulsion while you're bathing. That pooper, double sink, double vanity. It's a massive room. I gotta be honest, this room was not that much for I think everything that you get. And it's unique. You're never gonna be able to find a space like this where you can look out to an indoor swamp. So I think it was honestly worth it. Not something you wanna do all the time, but if you're passing through, if you just want something cool and interesting to do with the family, it's a pretty good move. Man, I just can't look at this. It's so big. This room is lush. I don't think we deserve a room this nice after the way we performed. But here's the deal, guys, and I gotta level with you. Fishing in Memphis is tough. There really is not that much water, and we've been trying our best to incorporate a little bit of pond hopping, but ultimately there's not a whole lot of ponds around here. The main waterway that I anticipated fishing, that I hoped that would be good, was the Mississippi, but once we got there up and close and personal, it's just a tough fishery. It's difficult, especially fishing right there within the limits, but that's why we filmed these series, to show you guys the challenge, and hopefully at some point we overcome the challenge, but we're still trying to get over that hump. Needless to say, we're not skunked. We caught some species today, which is cool, added some new species to the list as we travel all throughout Tennessee, but I'd be lying if I said I'm excited to eventually just catch a couple fish and move on to our next city, because I am definitely struggling. We sweat, we bled, we cried. I think I tore my ACL or something. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I tore my ACL walking down that boat ramp today, that's for sure. But this is a nice way to end the day at this lush hotel space, probably one of the coolest hotels I've ever stayed at. And I imagine if you came here and you stayed here, you would feel the same way. It's very woodland. I feel like a squirrel living in the woods. Okay, well, enough of that. Let's head even farther up the pyramid, go grab some food, and show you guys what you can eat at the pyramid. There she is. Beautiful, wonderful Mississippi. We were just down there this morning, fishing under that bridge. We're nearly at the very pinnacle of the pyramid. Actually, ended up being a really pretty night after the rain. Despite the lack of fishing, this has been a fun day. We got to explore, do some interesting things. I know we really didn't go into the heart of Memphis, but to be honest, with the boat and the truck and the limited amount of time we had, it was difficult. I really think I threw a lot of my eggs in the fish basket and it didn't work out. So it was nice to have the pyramid to come and show you guys something that a lot of people didn't even know existed. Tackle store, indoor swamp, hotel, oh, and by the way, a bowling alley. What more could you possibly have? Oh, I don't know, maybe a restaurant at the very top of the pyramid, and that's exactly where we're at now. We're having some grub, we're having a couple of drinks. I look over to my left as we saw, I'm so tired, I'm not even paying attention. I sit down to look over to my left, and there is another fish tank in the middle of the bar, and it's a specifically crappie only fish tank. This is something that would make Rackley absolutely lose his mind. And it's kind of making me lose my mind right now. Massive crappie. So you can sit there, you could sip on your bourbon, you could drink your whiskey sour after a long day of not catching catfish and just watch these crappie float in front of you. Not a half bad life and not a half bad way to end the day, which was very much a struggle, but the sun is setting, the rain has subsided, and now we are taking it easy Gonna eat some fish, have some bevies, and take her easy. Good morning. That was fun. Staying, shopping, and eating at Bass Pro Shops is something I feel like I would never actually say ever in my entire life, but we did it, and it was a good experience, especially after a tough day of fishing. While that was enjoyable, what is not enjoyable is this. It's 57 degrees right now. Yesterday it was 90. And you may notice, what's the word? The stuff on the ground, water, yes. That's due to the fact that it rained all morning, so we lost a good chunk of our morning fishing. And take a look at this. I want to show you guys how much water there is. Check this out. Just come over here. Quick tip. Always, even if there's rain now in the forecast, take the plug out of your boat when you're done fishing with it, because you'll have to deal with, ready? Oh, there's so much water, it's pretty tight. Ready? That. And that probably won't stop going for minutes. Not seconds, minutes. That's how much water's in my boat. So we're gonna let the Explorer get it all out of its system, and we're gonna hit the road and try to salvage our Memphis tour. I'll tell you what, the fishing here is tough, but I did some homework last night, and it looks like there are some fishy little ponds just outside of the city, which to me still counts as urban fishing. However, I think it is time to depart from the cityscape. Getting quite frustrated with Memphis at the moment. Still peeing, by the way. Ooh, current. I like that. I guess that is one good part about the rain, is you're gonna have some current in a couple of these ponds. It's a little shallow there. Oh, something big just spooked right there. That's what I like to see. It feels like the first day of fall up north, where I grew up. It's cold, it's rainy, there's leaves all on the ground. I suppose it is September, but still, my lord. Came a little bit faster than I anticipated. This water's clean after the rain. I thought for sure this would have been like brown, poopy chocolate milk. Where's that going? Oh my gosh, look at this gar, he's coming for it. He's coming for it. Oh, that's cool. That might be the smartest gar I've ever encountered. Usually they always eat. That one was not particularly interested. Let's keep moving. Oh yeah, this looks good. A big laydown right here. That was quick. Oh, he's got it. No! I can't tell you how many bites I've had like that this trip, where I'm like, that he's on. And I go to set the hook and there's nothing there. That fish was running with it. Don't mess this up, dude. Whole school bass right here. Nice ones. He's got it. Got him. Oh, that's a good one. Good fish. Good fish. Bring him up, bring him up, bring him up. Ooh, got him. Finally, our first half-decent bass of Memphis. That was crazy. This guy's been caught before too. Take a look at that. That's probably the most urban fish I've ever seen. He's been meddled with a couple times, unfortunately. There's a hook mark right here, and a hook mark right here, and now a new hook mark thanks to me. Wow, you guys have no idea how hard we've worked for a decent pond bass this trip, but we finally did it. Just took a lot of exploring, waited for that rain to subside, and we're now out here fishing in what feels to be the urban jungle. Nice little largemouth. There was a whole school of them on the bank, and I crept up behind this tree and led them with a decent cast, and they ate the crack and crawl. Let's send them back. Back in the water she goes. Memphis, you pose to be a challenge this trip, but we're making it happen. Even if your bass are a little sickly looking. Wow, we were just at that, oh God, there's so more, there's so many more. There's 1, 2, 3, there's 4 more. I gotta be stealthy about this. I'll tell you what, there's actually a lot more little ponds here than Nashville, but they seem to be fairly pressured. I mean, we fished that one pond over that was wide open for quite some time, and really no luck. Saw a couple giant Asian carp. clear the air, which is crazy to think that they're in these ponds, but didn't see much other than bluegill. But this pond it's tight, it's secluded, it's quiet, and I think we can get some fish here. Just a couple more, and I'll feel content. That way we can head on the road and check out our next city. So the setup I'm using right now is one of my favorite little bank fishing tools. Simple, straightforward, and easy. It's just a little crack and crawl in a natural color. Tiny weight, little 1/8 ounce, because a lot of this water is shallow. I don't want something that sinks super fast. I want that bait to hang in front of the fish's face. Using that rod I just picked up from BPS, 7.5, some 20-pound test. And with this, I can obviously fish a little bit of open water, but there's a lot of laydowns and sticks and just right along the bank, so I can kind of get in there and pull fish out at will. But that's the setup. Super, super simple. I mean, if I were to grab one rod for a bank fishing mission, it'd probably be this. This or like a spinning rod, but sometimes they don't want like the weightless plastics and finessey stuff. Sometimes you have to get in the junk, and with this you can fish open water, and of course, like I said, get thick into the cover and winch them out. Little crack and crawl does the deal. Where? In the water. Oh, that thing is giant. I have not been watching where I've been walking. That looks like a no-no one too. That thing is so fat. I mean, he's coming right over here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I think it's not great to be. I'm not a very good herpetologist, but I'm pretty sure that's a cottonmouth, and he's coming my way for whatever reason. He started all the way out there, and now he's coming to see if maybe he can bite one of my big toes. Which, you know, I think that would kind of seal the deal for Memphis for me. If I got, oh, was that a fish? Oh my God, it was a fish the whole time. I just had a fish. I'm not paying attention. I'm not paying attention. I just had a nice bite. What is wrong with me? This snake is looking at me right now. He's saying to me, I can speak parcel tongue, and he's saying to me, hey, we heard you had a really good time. And we, by all the other snakes that I almost stepped on today, we heard you had a really good time in Memphis. Would you like for us to make it better? We could bite you, and that way you can spend the rest of your day in the ER. And then I get to the ER and they're like, darn, we're all out of anti-venom, sorry. That would be on par with like the luck I've been having. Anti-venom, oh shoot. Yeah, some guy just came in. He was the last one. Or is that a hog snake? I can't tell if it's a hog snake or a freaking, it's got a broad head. Oh my God, dude. Nice fish. He's gonna eat it. Oh, he's spooked. Dude, I don't understand these fish, man. There's like a 3-pounder just came right up to the bank. I threw right on his head and he just spooked. Not on his head, but I threw near him and he spooked. Like, what the f is going on right now? Oh, shit. How the f, dude? How the f? This is literally just one of those days. Tell you what, guys. I fished a lot of urban spots. I mean, like a lot. Safe to say maybe close to 50. And Memphis has actually been one of the most difficult. Second most difficult, definitely Arizona. Or sorry, Phoenix, when we did casting concrete, Arizona. But it just seems like everywhere we go, the fish are pressured. There's not a whole lot of fish. What fish there are, they're kind of small. So like me throwing something like a jig, which is kind of what they want, still isn't big enough for them. Oh, it's tough. We're trying to wrap things up here in Memphis so we can continue on down the road, but I'm such a stubborn individual. I want to at least try to get one more fish, end on a high note. It's like my second bite in this pond, and I missed him. That is what fishing's all about, though. Oh, there's one. Got one. There we go. Finally. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Is that actually a fish? Is that actually a fish? Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Whew. To think that we've grinded 2 days essentially for a bite like this is nuts. But the whole point of this video is to show you guys how we push the envelope and try to fish in areas where honestly fishing can be very difficult. I met a lot of you anglers personally here in Memphis, and just about every one of you guys said the fishing is tough, and I've experienced that toughness firsthand. I can't believe I'm triumphing over a small fish, but it feels good to not leave this city empty-handed. This might be the only bass in Memphis, so take a good look at her. Back in the water she goes. Thanks for biting, Squirt. Wow, that's tough. Although Memphis was a grind, we didn't get skunked. We finally got to check out the pyramid, stay overnight. We ate some amazing Memphis-style barbecue, and I got to meet quite a lot of you guys, which was cool to put some faces to the names that comment on my videos and have supported me for many years. I met a lot of people this trip that were like, hey, I've been watching you since like 2014, which is crazy. But it is time to bid farewell. I don't think I'm gonna miss Memphis. I'm looking forward to going down the road, but I definitely had a really good time. This is a sweet place. I definitely recommend coming here visiting. And maybe, just maybe, when the stars align, you can have a pretty awesome fishing experience down here, especially since it is right there on the Mississippi. There's an amazing blue cat fishery. We just didn't get a chance to experience it. But I'm peacing out, signing out. Thank you guys for watching. We are on to the next city, which will remain a secret. We'll throw a little teaser at the end of this video, but it's time for me to bid farewell. As always, folks, keep fishing. Never stop. What, do I have two? I have two fish. Oh my gosh, I think it's a big catfish. What is going on here? This fish has no idea it's hooked.